so one, you guys are all going to have access to this PowerPoint. That way you guys can always refer back to it, okay? Two, in the chat box right now, if you don't already have our contact information, you can always reach out to Lisa, Lydia, and myself. Phone calls, text, emails, anytime. So our information will be in the chat box if you don't already have it. But I think you guys already have ours. Next, for this whole entire walled garden, we are going to be available for one-on-one Zooms to set up your own personal Facebook ad marketplace. So if you have questions and you just want to do a one-on-one with one of us, that is completely fine. We will schedule a Zoom. And lastly, if you do have dual monitors and you would like to do this side by side along with me, you are more than welcome to. All right. First thing we are going to do is sign into your enterprise. If you do not know the login, if you don't have the link, it is going to be in the chat box right now. Also, all links are at the end of the presentation, so that way you guys will have them as well. Also, if you do not know or remember your enterprise login, please let one of us know because we can get your password reset so that way you can get into enterprise. All right. So once you log in to your enterprise, you're going to scroll down to marketing and branding. Right next to that, the second one here, we're going to click into our EXP Marketing Center. Okay? Now, if you have never yet logged into the Marketing Center, it will ask you to log in again. This login information is the exact same as your enterprise login. If you've already logged in before, it'll take you to this home page. Now, for Walled Garden, you have two options to access it. Right here on the top icon, the third one over, you can click Walled Garden Facebook Ads, or if you scroll farther down, there's also Facebook Ads. Both of these are going to take you to the exact same place, which looks like this. Can you guys all see the screen? Everyone can see okay? Now, once you are on the Walled Garden page, you have two options, same thing. They're going to take you to the same place. Get started. Click either or. Next step, you have to link it with your Facebook. It's going to ask you to log in to your Facebook account. If you do not remember your Facebook login, just press Forgot Account, and it's going to send you a password reset to your personal email or whichever email you initially created your Facebook with.
Do we have to link it to our personal Facebook or to the business Facebook?
You'll have the option. So that's
okay.
Yep, you'll have the option to do whichever you want or both. So once you're logged in to the Facebook, it takes you to this next slide here on the left, which is going to be requesting permission. It's going to ask you if you can receive your email addresses, manage your ads for ad accounts, manage your business, access the leads for your page, read content posted to your page, create and manage the ads for your page, manage account settings and webhooks, and show a list of the pages you manage. If you approve that and you press save, it's going to take you over to here on the right side of the screen, where you can either opt into all current and your future businesses' Facebook accounts, or you can opt into just your current business only. So as you can see, these are screenshots of our personal ones. I only have one Facebook account. So that is why I don't have the drop down option here. If you have more than one account, you are more than welcome to select all of them. You'll be able to click, and you can click opt into all current and future businesses, okay? Once you press continue, it's gonna ask you one more final time for permission. This is exactly the same as what it read on the last slide we did on the left-hand side. Are we able to manage your ads for your ad accounts? As you can see, manage the settings, the webhooks, and create manage ads for your page. Once you give this all permission, you say continue. It is now going to take you into the Walled Garden dashboard. A reminder, I do not have any listings, so that is why mine is blank. But here on the home screen, you're going to be able to see whether you have your own listing, you're sharing someone else's listing, or if you've created an ad. It's going to show you your number of views, your total audience size, your number of leads, and the average cost you have per lead. On the left-hand side over here, you can see reports. Now, once you have information in there, that will give you a bigger breakdown of all of the numbers. So let's get started and say, so let's say we want to create our own personal listing. I would want to do my own. Make sure on the left-hand side, you're under dashboard. Then what we're going to do, it says click here to start advertising. Once you push that, it's going to take you to a screen that looks like this. Since we are doing our personal, I'm going to choose my state. So I would have put Florida, and they only need one of the following, either your name, your phone number, the listing ID, your agent ID, or your office ID. Immediately, your listing will populate, which you will see in a future slide. I do not have any listings, but if I did, it would pull up and then it would show right here. Once I see that, now what I can do is move on to my budget and my target here on the right-hand side. There is a minimum. The ad minimum is 10 days. Your daily budget is $10. And then the coverage area is within a 15-mile radius. You can add more, but just remember there is a minimum to it. And the price for minimum at this current moment is $129, okay? Now let's say we want to share someone else's listing. Now, instead of being in dashboard, we're going to move to where it says real estate on the left-hand side. And instead of putting in my personal information, I'm going to put in the agents that I want to share their listing. So we chose Daniel. So what I did is I put in Daniel's location of his listing and his listing ID number. Immediately what populated was his listing. So all I have to do then is push I agree, find my listing. Then it's going to take you to what looks like this. Same as before, but now it's showing Daniel's listing. And I can set then the duration and the budget that I want to do to share his. Okay? Now, say we just want to create an ad in general. What we're going to do is make sure on the left-hand side, we are under the tab Create Ad. Right here, you're going to build your ad, which will take you to this, which has 5 steps to create your new ad campaign. We're going to start by adding a category. So for us, like I said, this is an example. We did housing. Name it. I want to show Tampa reduced homes in my area. What is my goal? Am I bringing brand awareness? Am I trying to drive more traffic there? Or do I want to generate more leads? Once you click next, you then have the option to upload either videos or photos, or both. Once you have done that, you're going to continue on. Now, this is where you're going to add your ad details. Give it a headline. Your ad copy is a few creative sentences that's going to grab the attention. So we had fun and we just put stuff for Rosie. Next, you're going to click your call to action button. There's multiple options for this, such as click here, click now, apply. We just went with apply now. This last part down here is very important. Your destination URL link is your guys' own personal EXP website with KV Core. If you do not know yours, it's okay. Let us know. And as long as you are an active agent, we will be able to get your personal link for you. But this is exactly where you're going to want to put in your own personal website link. Once all of that information is entered, we move on to step 4. Step 4 is where we need to enter in the privacy policy link. This link is at the end of the slideshow. So you can simply copy over the link and enter it here into this form 4. The privacy policy link is from Walled Gardens, just so you guys know. Now we get to preview our ad and see if we like it. It shows you a preview of what it's going to look like on your Facebook feed, your Instagram feed, and your Instagram story. So we love it. Perfect. Now let's set a budget. Same thing, your ad duration, your budget, and your target area. Now say we wanted to edit our ad. All you have to do is click the button, Edit Ad. If you're on this screen, it will be right in the middle. If you're on back to the home page, it'll show right on the top, Edit Ad. What you'll be able to do is edit everything that we just showed in the previous slides. You can change your headline, your description, photos. The most important thing is just make sure you click Save at the bottom right-hand corner. If you do not click Save, it's going to continue with the old ad that you had without the changes. Once all of that is done, it's going to show you your new edits. And then again, make sure you reset your budget, and your target area. Now we're ready to pay. So pretend we did our personal listing and we loved it. We did someone else's, and now we did our creative ad. This is what your screen is going to look like when it's time to pay. You can pay with Google Pay or a card. Once you click pay, then everything will go live. If you have additional questions and you just don't want to ask us, which is totally fine, you can go ahead. There is advice and answers on the walled garden. That link is also in the next slide. And we do have a private message center where you can chat one-on-one with a live agent. Their hours are Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific time zone, your guys' time zone. Here are some important links that we've included for you guys. The first one here is the most important, that privacy policy. It's great to review it. And then also this is the must that you have to enter before any of your ads go live. Right here is your help center with Walled Garden for commonly asked questions and advice. The next one here is very important. This is EXP's guidelines and regulations. And just so you know, the two links below that are these two, but I'll click into them just on here. The first one here is a full breakdown and PowerPoint of all EXP's guidelines for social media. So when you do have time, we highly recommend going through it. Oh, 1 second, I can't move anything now to get to the other one. Hold on, let me move this out of the way. There we go. The other link that is in here as well is your logo file. This is all of EXP's up-to-date logos. So always make sure everything on your social media and website is up to date. You can click into any one of these if you wanted to use global. It has all the different colors, as well as if you need something with a clear background. And that is an overall of Walled Garden. Done.
Awesome.
And we'll share that with everyone after this meeting.
What
Good job,
an amazing presentation.
Hey.
Great job, ladies. Just want to give you one little piece that there's so many tools. This whole thing happened because Sal says, hey, who can I go to for some Facebook ads? I said, let me get some resources. And then as I was researching, I said, I know there's some good stuff. I found this, and another agent out of Pennsylvania had told me, yeah, I'm going to be running the Walled Garden thing. And I'm like, what is she talking about anyhow? So because Sal asked the question, and then I went in and I started doing the research, we found out about this service, which is really super cool because essentially it charged you $29 to walk you through a point and click Facebook ad system. So the reason I'm saying that is because, guys, we know very little about all the things that we have available. So on a weekly basis, we're going to start featuring something that you should be incorporating in your business that is already there for you. And most of the time it's free. This is something that Megan and Lydia and Lisa are so excited about because they just found out right now. I think it was a beautiful presentation. So you guys did an amazing job. And guys, that easy. Like they did the research, they went through, they did a test run, and it's really not complicated for you to grow your business and create your own stuff with all the tools and resources that we have at EXP. The other thing is that this presentation, if you guys would like a copy of it, Megan can send you a copy once we have cut it up a little bit, and you guys can always replay it if you want to walk through it. And then finally, if you're like, okay, I get it, I see how it works, I understand how it works, however, I don't want to do it. That's one of the reasons we brought on Lisa, so she can help do these things for you. Of course, we would need access to your Facebook and your EXP Enterprise so that we can do it for you. But this is something that if you're like, hey, I just took a listing, here's the photo, you're out looking at it, you take a really cool photo and you're like, can you run an ad $100 minimum? We can do that for you as well. Okay. So any questions on anything we just covered?
So we can do other agents' listings as well, right?
Yeah. Inside of EXP, that's the other really cool thing that, we have about 90,000 agents inside of one brokerage, and you can totally advertise any listing from the same brokerage because we all work for the same broker. You want to get permission from the agent because it's their listing, of course, but here in Southern California, I would say a good 70% of the agents that are with EXP are part of this group. And if you found a listing and it's their listing and whatnot, but we're a very collaborative group is what I wanted to share.
I had to step away for a minute. However, did we go over when the leads come in? Is there a way to have them go into Follow Up Boss directly?
I know that it looks like right now they're connected to the KV Core. Is that correct? Yep. Okay. So they're connected to your free website that you get, KV Core. Sal brought up a question about that because KV Core is not owned by EXP. It's an independent company. You can go and subscribe for KV Core by yourself and pay the monthly dues on that. It's a separate company. I actually had the first version of KV Core in 2010. It was called Conversion. And I used to pay $2,000 a month for it. Now you guys get it for free here with EXP. What you will have to pay for, you will have to pay for your own phone number to be attached to it. Otherwise, the leads, they're just going to be in the central somewhere KV Core world. So make sure that you get your phone number so that the leads come back and you get alerted on your phone number. If at any time you want to shut it down, so for example, I had used KV Core for a long time. Now we moved everything to Follow Up Boss and Ylopo. Then all we did was we exported everything and then we deleted the database and then we discontinued the service with KV Core. Okay. But just so you know, the KV Core site is free. Lydia, do you have your KV Core site? Can you pull it up really quickly? I just want to show you guys what it looks like.
Just to reiterate, guys, if you're going to use KV Core, you have to get your own number. And I think it's like $20 a month. If you don't get your own number, because I did this on accident, then leads that come in, they don't go to you. They go to an 800 number and then they get round robin to 90,000 agents. Make sure you get your own phone number because then it'll come in directly. All the leads will come in directly to you. Calls.
Now we know Lydia shops at QVC. Just saying. So I just want to share this real quick. While she pulled that up, the reason that we don't use KV Core is because Ylopo is so great. And we do pay for Ylopo. And that is where, that's the site that we're using, to capture leads and everything.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Rosie. I believe there's a way where you can also have the leads go into a Follow Up Boss as well.
Yes.
In KV Core, there's a code that you can use to any lead that comes into KV Core. It'll automatically forward, to this code, which will push it into Follow Up Boss as well, I think. Yeah.
So what you would do is you would have to subscribe to Zapier, and then Zapier would enable you to copy a code like an API or something like that from your KV Core, and then zap it into your Follow Up Boss, which is an agent that I know in Las Vegas, Paul May. That's what he does simply because he likes the functionality of Follow Up Boss, but he just kind of has the site there so people can find him. This is the KV Core site. And if you look at it, it's a very nice professional site. When somebody puts in their information, let's say they wanted to look at properties in Downey in the search bar, she would go ahead and, whatever you pick something, Downey, okay, and then search. And then you'll end up getting a list after, I think, 2 logins. So this is really cool. After about 2 logins, people will have to register. Oh, there you go. See, it's asking you to register to get more information. When they register, then their email and their information goes into your CRM, because KV Core is not just a website, it's a CRM. So you'll be notified when somebody new registers to your site. So what I used to do is I created in my signature line for my text, I would put Rosie Rodriguez, and then I think it was, I don't know, whatever, sellingdowney.com or whatever. And I would put it in my signature line so that people were like, well, what's that link? And they would click on it. They're like, oh, I didn't know you did real estate, or like, oh yeah, I was thinking about it or whatnot. Then they would be forced to register on my site. So that's just one way that you can do it. I don't know what the cost. You could stop the share. Thank you, Lydia. By the way, when somebody is on this site and if they like a property, they could put a little heart on it. And then when they put a little heart, then you on the back end know that that's a property that they wanted to see. I do want to make kind of a distinction that all of the leads that you guys are getting in the system, those stay in the Follow Up Boss and in the Ylopo system. We don't move them from here to, check out my site over here, because that defeats the whole purpose of us interacting with Ylopo. With Ylopo and with Follow Up Boss, we can track the activity, and it's part of like our internal system in terms of notifications on when a client is accessing, like after 13 times, it'll pop back up, all the things. So this would be something separate if you do something separate on your own and you want to kind of do your own marketing. So I just wanted to make sure that I was clear on that. Any questions on what we just covered? Yes.
Yes. What exactly is Ylopo? Like, I get the whole concept of using it and everything, but is it like a landing page too, or is it just a search engine?
It's a marketing company, and they do advertising, Facebook, Google advertising. They have custom websites, and they do a lot of other things, like they're tied to AI, and they have different automations. They work really closely with Follow Up Boss. They create content, they create ads, like all kinds of stuff. They're kind of like the leader in that space. A lot of the top teams use Ylopo and Follow Up Boss. So I don't know everything that they do, but I do know the owner. And I've been to a lot of their presentations, and I know a lot of top teams in the country that are closing thousands of transactions a year. And so I just follow what smart people do, see if I have a good experience. So I think Ylopo single user, I'm going to say it's probably about $250 a month or something like that. I don't know what it is, but you could definitely, get like your own Ylopo and your own Follow Up Boss, which is kind of duplicating what we're doing. And then you can run ads with Ylopo, and they will do the ads. Like you'll say, okay, I want to spend $200 a month. They'll spend the money for you, and they'll do the placement for you. They have the drip campaigns that they tie to the Follow Up Boss and all that stuff. So you could duplicate what we're doing whenever you're ready, and that little system going. We just did it on a larger scale, purchased a whole lot of leads and said, okay, we need a whole lot of agents.
I hear you.
But they're a great company. Yeah, you can go on their website and learn more about them. Okay. Other questions?
Rosie, I don't have a question. I just have a comment to Lupi, because we were talking about the URL. And I do recall the application, we were inputting our own URL or KB Core website. You can put whatever URL you want the leads to funnel to, Lupi. So you were right. Yes.
Awesome. I know I missed this too. If this is something that the team can help with, if I give all my information.
Yeah, what I said is that we have Liza here, and she can do all that stuff for everyone. If you're out, take a picture of a new listing and you say, hey, can you run this ad for us? $100 budget, 15-mile radius. Here are some keywords or whatever it is that you would like to do. You can go on the back end. However, we would need access to, of course, the Facebook account and your enterprise account so that she could be able to do that. And then you'd have to have your credit card information already in there. I would recommend PayPal. That way she could just click the PayPal, boom, and it'll pay. She won't need access to your actual credit card information. Other questions? Yeah.
Sounds good.
Oh, one thing, I don't know if you guys caught that, but you have to have a business page to run ads. Okay, you can't run ads off of a personal page. So if you do not have a business page, we can help you create your business page. It's not super difficult, but make it look nice. Business pages, people are like, I have my business page. Okay, here's the thing. Nobody looks at your business page. It's kind of like page number 497, the yellow pages. Nobody can see it because Facebook only shows it to people who pay. Okay. So if you pay, Facebook will put it in front of people. If you don't pay, it's page number 497, the yellow pages. Nobody's going to see your very pretty business page. One reason to have a business page is if you want to just kind of represent yourself as a professional. And if you have, you're out there, you're talking to a client, you're like, yeah, well, check out, here's my business page. And I have listings that are on there or whatever it is that you want to do. So it's more just for credibility, kind of like a professional business card. But even your client will not come up on their feed. Even if they like or subscribe, it won't come up because you're not paying. So the reason to have a business page is because you're planning on running ads and to have a nice place to show your clients that you're professional when you introduce them. Got it? Okay. Since we're on the topic and we're over, so I'll close with this. One is that there was a really good slide on how to use AI that we went over on the other day in Pasadena. That was a really good tip. Another good tip is that the one of the agents out there, who I call him the listing machine, open housewarmings. So he doesn't do like a housewarming, he doesn't do like an open house. He sends out personal invitations to all of the neighbors, and it's like a housewarming invitation. So they come through and he kind of hosts it just like that, like, oh, hi, thank you for coming. So it's like an experience, and that works really well for him. He sells, $1-2 million properties out in OC. So I thought that was really good. Alma was up there. She rocked the mic. She was awesome. I don't know if she can hear us, but she did a great job. We had a mom up there. Oh man, she's crazy. 100 flips. She's part of our group, and I'm going to have her on something else really soon, because 100 flips last year, 6 kids, had her first child at 17. And this year to date, she bought 25 homes in Ohio, in Cleveland, Ohio. So we're going to be talking more about some of the things that she's doing. So just, really cool stuff that I wanted to share with you guys that you missed. So anyway, then the last thing I was going to say is remember that we still have the Facebook and the Instagram marketing that we do for you. So that is where we'll send out a message saying, like right now it's May. So, okay, it's springtime. It's a perfect time to, if you're thinking about moving, now's a good time. Kids are out of school. Whatever the customized message is, I usually come up with something generic, but if you want to tailor it, you can. And we go through and we send 25 messages to your Facebook and Instagram on a daily basis for you. We do not respond. That would be up to you, but you'll be surprised how many people will come back and say, oh, yeah, actually, I was thinking about it. Or, oh, I'm at work. Let me tell my neighbor, my work neighbor or whatnot. So just a reminder about that. Okay. And I think that's it. Any other special highlighted announcements from today's Big Agent meeting, Lydia or Megan or Lisa?
Megan, you want to go first or you want me to roll out a couple?
The Big Agent meeting this morning?
Yes.
A lot about actually AI that was in there. We had Carrie, who's in Canada. And then also there's a lot of talk about Canada today. We had, the VP of Growth in Canada. She was the first one to start and learned a few things about Canada I didn't know anything about. So they actually have always been having buyer's agreement. So they're not having the NAR issue that we are or doing the new NAR change. Mm-hmm. And what else, Lydia? We were just talking about it before this meeting. So
yeah.
Excuse me. Actually, I just posted a link in the chat box. It's for an upcoming AI class that is given by, who was the instructor, Megan? I learned
yeah, so Carrie's part of it. Carrie's one, and then Brian is the other part for the Elevate in 2 weeks.
Carrie Solve, yeah. She is giving a program that starts on the 13th of June. There is a price tag with that. It's $327. But the thing she was talking about, of course, Chat GPT, but not just basic Chat GPT, like we're learning it all right now, scratching the surface. No, we're talking about customizing it. She says Chat GPT is like a wide berth of, language, but she narrows it down to something really specific. She does it for teams right now, and she's offering a class. It starts June the 13th. And then there was also another class, YouTube Mastery. If anybody is interested in that one is being presented by Levi. That starts June the 4th. There's also a price tag. Both of these classes that I'm posting right here are $327 for the course. But it's a good tax write-off, and you need to invest in yourself when the opportunity arises. So I'm really interested in that Chat GPT. Rosie, can you believe that? Me, the person who didn't even have Facebook when I met you, and now I'm going to a Chat GPT class. What have you done to me, Rosie?
I told you, we got to go with where the puck is going or something like that, not where it was, that hockey thing. Good job. Lydia literally didn't even know what Facebook was, when she came on board, and now she's doing an AI class. So look at you, Lydia. You're going to be our next tech guru.
I can't even believe I was able to help Lisa and Megan with the presentation. I find the information. It was hilarious, but yeah.
You guys did a great job. Yeah. One of the things I love is that this company always challenges us. Like, I'm really excited about that AI class. I'm hoping I can fit it in my schedule. If not, I know Loopy will put it in his schedule because he's kind of a techie nerd too. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much. You guys have an amazing weekend. There's another event called Summit tomorrow, and it's an all-day thing. Tim Story, a bunch of really cool people are going to be speaking there. That is at a cost. I think it's like $497. But if you've got a day that you want to invest in your learning, that would be a really great thing to do on a Saturday. Other than that, I'll see you guys on Monday. Yay!
Congrats to Lydia on her closing today or this week.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for all your help, Powerhouse. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yay!
Yay.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
We'll find another one.